for another week. Mommy's keeping it cute. And we're here. Back like we never left. The full force is here tonight. We're here. Pissy Pooh, I missed you.
Miss you so bad. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. How you been, baby?
I've been good. I've been doing real good. We can keep the music just going a little bit,
Just,
you know.
but just
in the
turn the volume
background.
down. Okay.
I've been doing good. Just
Thank you.
trying to relax and work. You know, that
Right.
kind of thing. It's been a lot going on.
What's been going on?
You know, it's been a lot going on.
Talk to me.
I just want to say, shout out to the parents that that have sent their kids back to school during this pandemic and everything that we have going on. Shout out to the kids that went back and that are happy to be back.
And those brave souls.
Right. You know, the teachers and everything.
Absolutely.
And, you know, still shout out to the kids, too, that are home on virtual because it's a lot for them, too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I know before I was like, oh, yeah, they do the virtual, but it's a lot for all of us. It's a lot for the kids.
Definitely.
It's a lot for the parents. And I'm actually disappointed because my older two were supposed to start in-person school last Tuesday, and one wanted to start, the other one didn't. And then when they finally got on the same page, like, listen, y'all both are starting school Tuesday, this is just what it is, and you guys are going.
Right.
Monday night, I get an email saying from the school newsletter that there was a case in the school, but the person wasn't identified whether it was a student or a teacher.
Right.
So just right there, the day before them supposed to go back to school, it just like messed everything all up.
Right.
So now they're like completely home because there was actually a waiting list for them to go back, you know, to go in person.
Oh, wow.
So, and they were lucky because being that it's two of them, one of them could have actually just started and the other one would have still been home, but they would have been going to school together. But now they're home.
Now they're home.
And I'm just like, I don't know if maybe we'll just try back in September in the fall.
Right, when things get better.
Right, when things get better.
Right.
But then I have my little kindergartner who's supposed to start school April 12th. And they sent home a newsletter Thursday. Well, they emailed a newsletter Thursday saying that, you know, there was a case in the school. At her elementary school. Again, I don't know if it was a student or a teacher. They didn't identify that. But with my daughter, my kindergarten, I feel she needs to go to school.
Absolutely.
She needs to get
Shout
that.
to all the youngins.
Yeah, she needs to get that school classroom structure.
Yes.
You know, even if it's just for a day, if it's just for a week, because she's never done that. She's been, you know, we've been doing this since September. She in kindergarten, so she's never gone into a class and have to sit at her desk and actually look at the easel and look at the board and all that.
Like, and those are important skills for them to develop. And I feel like just being so young, being in kindergarten, like those are the fundamental years. That's when you really learn how to read and pronounce letters, and you know, like your brain is really absorbing the stuff in school. So shout out to the youngsters and the parents.
Yeah, and the parents who have these young kids, because our other kids, they would go to school, they would learn, pick up majority of their education at school. We come home and then, you know, the homework, whatever. But now it's like it's really on the parents to
follow up with their kids.
To follow up with their kids and teach their kids how to read and fractions. And
I'm gonna tell you like this, girl.
I'm like, what the hell?
Shout out to Mr. Neptune. He worked for Piscataway District Board of Education. He's a Harvey teacher. It's crazy because, like, it's so crazy that they didn't start school where you at. But how about we are in Piscataway March 1st? They've been sending home letters, like, every other day. Like, it's a new case at the preschool. It's a new case here. It's a new case there. They even, Micaiah was quarantined from her her school, her class for 2 weeks. Not because anybody got it, just because they was just in close range to it. It was like really weird, and it's making me feel like I really, really want to take them out completely. But back to it's so often, right? Like it's so risky.
I know.
And shout out to Mr. Neptune, because Tahari doing fractions right now.
I know that's right.
Go ahead, boo. Yeah, so she started doing fractions and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay. Mommy be good when the bottom number the same, right? But then, like, I'm looking at her fraction problems like, dad. Like, I think, and I emailed to teacher, like, Mr. Neptune, I think I'm going to jump in your Zoom after school one day because I need to get refreshed on fraction.
Right.
I need to, like, you need to explain to me so I can explain to her, how to do it. What's bigger is 2/3 bigger than 2/5. Who knows? Like, Right. So, shout out to the teachers and the parents, man.
It's real. It's not. And so it's very frustrating, but,
easy.
I'm going to send her back, and, I'm going to send her back with a clear heart, clear mind, that everything's going to be okay, just so she can see how it is. Because they already went into school to have their school pictures and stuff, so... But yeah, that right there is being a parent during all this going back to school is a lot. But
like, you gotta really check up on your kids.
You do.
Like, you can't just expect, just because they home, like, they gonna be doing what they work. That's gonna be more reason for them not to,
right?
Because they get lax and they get comfortable. I'm like, I run, and I try not to be too hard on them, but it's like, get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, like, get ready for the day.
Yeah.
I know, unfortunately, like, you guys have to experience going to school during a pandemic, but, like, get up and I'm like, yeah, change that shirt.
Yeah.
Go and wash your mouth. Like, put a rag on your face, because they just get so comfortable. So it's really that, I think, just kind of keeping them
I still be like,
on
hey,
a routine.
I'll be like, hey, put some lotion on your face. Let me do that hair, because you're looking a little crazy. But, it is what it is.
Because she a baby, but then like the 9 and the 12-year-old, they don't... 9 and 12, and you went through that age. Yeah. Like, bitch, your girls, they're older now, but 9 and 12, I'm like, what?
Give me the 9 and 12-year-old back.
Really?
Because the 15 and 16, I see life. Like, I see sometimes my temperament goes from 0 to life.
Sometimes. 0 to life.
Yeah, dealing with the 15 and 16-year-olds. They're the ones that I want in school. Like, bye. You need to go to school.
Right. Absolutely.
So, but it is what it is. But how you been? You looking good. I see that thing poking.
You so crazy.
I see that thing poking.
I'm doing good, baby mama. I'm good. I'm back. Just back. I was actually, and I'll tell the world, because I'm an open book. It was 4 weeks. 4 weeks was on Thursday. Like, a month was Thursday of my post-op.
Oh, okay.
From my surgery and everything. And I'm doing good. I feel like I'm doing good. I'm happy with my results.
That's good.
I'm happy. Yeah. Like, that thing that just made me like, ugh. Like, it's in the garbage. It's in the trash.
The fupa.
Yeah. It said la fupa.
La fupa is gone.
It's gone la basura. Like, it's in the garbage, okay?
It's in the garbage. It's out of here.
But I feel really good. I do. It's so interesting because I met so many dope girls. Mind you, audience. I went to DR and I stayed out there at a recovery house for like 19 days. But
a very nice recovery house.
Yeah, it was a very, very nice one.
Very nice meals.
Very nice meals. They fed me
views.
well.
Right.
Very organic food, like fresh pineapple, like passion fruit juice in the morning. Like, mangoes really literally hitting me in my head when I'm outside. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep, that's dope.
It
that's
was
an
really,
experience.
Yeah, it was really dope. And then, like, I was telling Norm last week, like, yeah, I know, like, people say, like, oh, well, why go so far? Or why go to a country that you don't really know, like, how the healthcare is, and people, all these horror stories, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Just walking through that experience and like seeing like yo, the bedside manner in DR, like you will never get treated by a nurse like you will get treated in DR over here. Never. Ever. I mean, like, you know, just the culture and like Dominican people, and like shout out to my Dominicans.
I love
Shout out.
people.
I'm from Passaic. Listen, Black and Dominican, that's all it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just them as a people, they so sweet, they so loving. You have to, they gonna make you a plate before you leave their house. They drinking, you drinking. They eating, you eating. That's just their culture.
Right.
They're like, I love the Hispanic culture. So that definitely translated in how they treat you.
Right.
Like I had a literally a bell, like and ding dong ding dong. They'll come and just help me out to the point I couldn't wash my own butt.
Yeah.
Somebody had to. I couldn't wash my feet. I couldn't put lotion on my feet. Somebody had to, and did it with so much like enthusiasm, with so much like nurturing, and not like, oh, here this bitch go again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just that culture just translated. So at the end of the day, like I was also telling my sister too, like, yeah, I chose out there, but just actually when I'm going out there, just like the weather too, like
I think it's
your
real dope.
body is gonna heal. So you know how much better I felt like
in
when
the water.
Yes, girl. When I came back to Jersey, my pain like regressed. Like my pain might have been a 5 when I left DR. When I came in Jersey, it was like back at an 8.
Yeah.
Just my skin, because it's cold, and my muscles tensing up, and it's just like, oh, this is ilky over here.
And I think it's dope that you went by yourself on this journey.
I did,
and that was like
myself.
A straight peace of mind for you. You know what I mean? So you went by yourself, and you had time to like really reflect on like a lot of things on your whole journey.
Absolutely.
Because I've been here for the journey, y'all. I done seen it all.
I definitely.
So it's just like, that's real dope.
Yeah.
That's courage.
It was,
My punk ass.
Yes, it's courage. It's courage. And I think that's also that Aries spirit in me. Listen, I tell people I'll try anything once.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my energy. Like, that's just, cause it's just one of them things. Like this is, you know, I wanted to do, and I researched it for so long. It's like, dang. And when actually going over there, like Chris, like waking up to 81 degrees, of course your body gonna be, your body gonna feel better over in Santo Domingo than over here in the morning time.
Right.
Just naturally, like,
it's different.
Then the food is fresher. You not swelling up. You not retaining, you're not consuming a lot of preservatives, because things are so organic out there. So it's like, wow, like, okay, skin done cleared up. I said, hold on, wait a minute. And I wasn't even out there all that long,
but you was out there for a little minute, enough to know that like you really could say like, yo, you went to DR for real.
Yeah,
it wasn't no 5 days 4 nights type of vacation. Like you really went there. You actually.
And I was in the streets too.
I was about to say you was outside.
I was in the streets.
You was outside. I seen that. You was outside. I say, yo, one thing about my baby mother, she gonna make it to the hood.
Right. Shout out to Sammy too. Like I met so many dope girls. And the reason that I was outside because my girl, she was from Queens. I met her out there. We shared a room. She Puerto Rican, but her baby father is out there in DR. So long story short, like we had like a family friend like as a driver.
Oh, okay.
We was in this, like, we had to go to the beauty supply store to buy my girl some hair.
Grocery store.
Listen, anything you wanted. It was 2 Haitian girls that came to the recovery house, took this girl from Cali, her braids out, washed her hair, conditioner, blow dried it, and braid her hair for $75.
Really?
I love DR.
Wow.
I love DR. Look, anything you want, like, you could call it up to your house.
Oh, that's dope.
Like
that's
that.
Real dope.
It's like that.
That's dope.
Absolutely.
That's making you feel like at home.
At
Make
home.
you feel
and
like
so
real
humble.
warm and humble. Yeah.
And it's so humbling because it's not like
and
a capitalistic country. It's not like America.
Right. And the way you were treated at the recovery home, that has a lot to do with your healing. making sure you're comfortable, making sure that
Yes.
you're stabilized, making sure, you know what I mean? That has a lot to do with everything. So
Absolutely.
everything worked out and I'm happy. So
Yes,
I
it
could finally
did.
say, like, we're done and over with this part.
Oh,
we
yes.
we got past the
Yes,
we got past
the
got
major
past the
part.
BMIs, we got past
You
the
so
surgery.
funny. No infections.
No
like, we good.
infections.
Yeah.
Like, we
Stitches
good.
are dissolving. Like, we straight. Like, right now,
Right.
it's good.
Right.
But I must say, I think before we switch topics, like, just to drop a jewel or a nugget on people, it's about preparing your body for surgery. Like, preparing it is so important. What you eating, your vitamins. I take folic acid, vitamin C. I take a B of bromoline. It's like pineapple skins like for inflammation. And I take a zinc. I take that every day. I take like 6 vitamins every day. And now I've been taking them every day 2 months before my surgery. And I'm still taking them now. And I will continue to take them probably until like June.
Oh, okay.
Just cause. Like, to keep my immune system up, because that's when anytime you get cut and a person get infection, it's because the immune system is weak, not because whatever caused that infection is such a bad bug.
Yeah.
No, like, your body wasn't strong enough to fight it. So, you know, regardless if you're talking about, immunity in regards to catching a cold, it's just important going into it. So that's a little jewel I wanted to drop on the good folks. Like,
That's
yeah.
good, baby. My
Yes,
so
ma'am.
happy. So
Thank you, baby.
I watched
Salute
Show.
cousin Kaimo.
Dope Show last week.
What show was it?
Our show. You had a
Oh,
dope-
I'm like, girl.
Dope Show, yeah. you know, everybody on sexy is
like, I'm like, what show?
So shout out to you last week.
Oh,
you know what I'm
thank
saying?
you. I
You
appreciate
and Solomon Trade, right?
Solomon Trade Experience, yup.
And MC.
Yes.
Very informative.
Yes.
Very
most
dope,
definitely.
informative. I see a lot of people like want to get into like the whole stocks and
Absolutely.
that whole marketing, because there's money to be made.
It is.
And once that money goes residual, you just you don't even look at it. It just just comes and comes and comes and
Absolutely.
comes. But yeah, last week was a dope show.
It was.
I myself was, I couldn't make it. I definitely watched it. I went to the shooting range.
Yeah, tell it, folks. I was like,
Right.
listen, I was like, my co-host not here because she had a family engagement. But in the back of my head, I was like, she was shooting at a paper target. Yeah, but I just didn't want to put that on the air. So tell the people what y'all did last week.
So my dad decided, my sister, my dad, we went to the shooting range.
Fun. In Jersey?
It was in Union.
And you,
It
that's
was-
close. That's
yeah.
not far.
It was in Union, RSTP or whatever it is on 22. It was so packed, and when we got in, like, everything was just behind. But it was really dope. That was my first time, and for my first time, I did very well. It was just like
Shout out.
I just felt like every time I just pulled that trigger, I was just like letting something out. You know what I mean? So it was just like it just
Now
felt,
you wonder
yeah.
why we got lifers. Why we have repeated offenders. Like, he always get caught with a burner.
Yeah, that burner, baby. That shit real. You know what I mean? It was just like that.
Yeah.
That
adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's like adrenaline.
Get that
Like,
Glock in your hand or whatever, and you just like let off or whatever. But it was really dope. That was my first time.
and then, like, you guys did it as a family. So that was, like, even dope. Like, your dad, like,
My
I think
dad
girls
had-
should know how to
What?
shoot. They
Word.
should.
My sister and I, we rented something, and my dad, he had his own strap. He had his own thing. People was coming over like, oh, admiring his, but my dad, he had his for a long time or whatever. So it was dope. It definitely was dope. That was the first time we had. I did that. My sister done it before. My dad, of course, has, but I would definitely go again. So when I got home, of course, I had to come on some of my Mommy's Keeping It Cute, and I was like, look at my baby mother. She's just running that show all night.
He's so crazy.
So it was dope. And
thank you, girlfriend.
yeah, it was right here in Union. But we all met up in Amboy at my dad's house. So we went from Union to my dad's house, get the car, and I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be too late. But I definitely missed y'all. I definitely tuned in too. It was nice.
Thank you. I tried. It was just like, it's kind of that little anxiety that I know, like, oh, my co-host in here. But it's just like,
but I see he was sitting right up here with you. Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? That was dope. That was dope, too. I kind of figured as much because it makes us more comfortable.
Absolutely. Just with the whole experience, I feel.
Right.
So it's all good, though.
That's good. Now, I have been following this little girl on Instagram, and her Instagram name is young.chanel.
Yes.
And she recently passed away. She was battling brain cancer.
Yes.
And I don't usually follow things. Like, I don't usually follow pages like that, especially like when it has things to do with, kids and stuff. But for whatever reason, I don't know. I just I could not stay off of her stories and off her page and see how her journey was going.
Right.
And shout out to her mom and her whole family. They really came together.
Shout out, definitely.
Right. They really came together and, they put her away very, very nice. And they had Keisha Cole. They had T.I. Beyonce sung to her. Queen Naja was at the funeral singing. It was like she touched everybody across the world with her story.
Absolutely.
And, and it's just like, dang, you really think as a mom, you have a kid that's just healthy, this healthy, and then in the blink of an eye, it just goes left. And then I started thinking about, damn, we always say, don't take things for granted. Nah, sometimes we do take things for granted.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You do sit back and you think, damn, that's crazy. That's why I said to you, I'm like, yo, do you follow this page? Because it's I don't know why you ever get, read something, you just have to keep going back to it and just look at it and just, you just read the comments and stuff because I'm just this is real.
Yeah, and I think for me, I started following her, I forgot what I seen of her. Maybe somebody was like, oh, when I first started following her, it was somebody. He wasn't famous yet, but he was a songstress. He sung, and he was singing to her, over, I guess, Instagram, and she was laying it. And then from there, I started just going through her page and actually went down and to see it was I think the decline for me, it was a quick decline. She may have been sick a while, but just the functioning, just seeing her, how she was able to sit and engage and talk and laugh and joke to
not being able to do that,
to being incoherent, kind of
not able to do anything, and her mom kept her nails done.
Oh, her nails stayed done.
Her nails stayed done. You see, I'm dang, her nails stayed done. And she was only about, I think, 13.
Yeah.
I think she was 13 or whatever. So it's just, that was just something I just wanted to shout out to that family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just had to shout that family out because I was looking at, I felt like I was related.
Yeah,
I'm up there
definitely.
looking dang. And then, it's just they have their GoFundMe and stuff. And, aside from all the other stuff in the world, and I was that just had me tuned in for a while.
It's just one of those things, I guess, just as mothers, who really wants to think about that, right? Think about your kid dying, or think about picking on the outfit for your child, or what funeral home, that's a lot.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to think about that.
It's dark. It's scary. It's that inevitable, that. This is instinctively, I just feel uncomfortable even thinking about that. But then when we were talking, when you had told me earlier, about this pretty princess, I started thinking even preparing to put life insurance on your kids. I have life insurance on all my kids, and that's one of those things that it lingered.
Yeah.
I probably got it together before I turned 30, and really sat down this is inevitable. I don't want to think about, but if this was to have happened, I don't want to have to scrape up pennies trying to bury a child. Like that's like a bad feeling.
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling.
That's a horrible feeling.
And that's what some people, and that's
horrible.
Sometimes why us parents delay that. People delay discussing wills. They delay
absolutely
discussing life insurance, and that's something that shouldn't be delayed.
Nope.
And I could say I've delayed it, and it's just like,
nope.
It can't, because it's just like you have to make sure your kids are taken care of.
Yeah. And that's having a plan.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's having a plan. And like almost like the stocks and bonds and all that good stuff. Like I encourage people to dibble into it. Whether it's Robinhood, a stash, like dibble in and dabble into it, because at the end of the day, I'd rather keep $500 to $1,000 in the stock market than in the bank account.
Right.
That bank account, I'm gonna make like 79 cents in a year. Like what? I could have took that and did something else with that.
Right.
So it's like one of those things. And like just like with the kids, like back to like having that plan. Yeah.
Something you have to do.
You gotta do it.
That has to be done.
And send your child off the way you want her or him to be sent off, comfortably, and not feeling like, oh, we gotta settle for cremation because that's the only thing that we could afford.
Right.
Nah, because funerals cost.
Right.
If you ain't got 10 to 15 stacks freed up in cash or freed up on a card.
Right. It costs. Open up that ground, everything costs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to do it the right way.
Absolutely.
And still after that, try to get back to you having some sort of peace of mind.
Absolutely.
So
definitely.
That's another.
Girl.
That was just one of the topics that I had wanted to touch on real quick, because that was something that like when we were talking on our last show and we said how we back away from social media because we find ourselves just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Well, this is a page that I found myself just going to. You know what I mean? Just going to, just to check up and check in, because it's like, yo, we have kids.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like anyone who has kids, and even if you don't have kids, if you hear about a child, any kind of child, like, it's going to touch you some kind of way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because you just never know. So.
Absolutely. Like my stepson, like we buried him. He just turned 30.
Right.
He just turned 30 like 2 weeks ago. Kwame would have been 30. He passed away at 29, June 2nd of last year. That hurt hard. 29 years old. Like, he was still a baby. Sweetest thing.
I remember, because we were on the trail walking.
Absolutely.
And when we were talking about it, and it's just like,
come on.
I remember when I was younger, a little girl, I used to think that, people pass away when they get real old. Nah, it's people like younger than us. It's
just having people affairs in order, having their affairs and having a will. And even at his age, people start. It got sticky, and it's just like we have to have our affairs in order,
right?
Down to who the beneficiary.
Right.
I told one day I had to call my sister. Like I called her like 2 years ago. Like, by the way, like you like the beneficiary, like on all my shit. You feel me? Like on everything, And I was like, one day I was like, you might want to just tell her that, like, just because I'm assuming like, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen. She,
right?
No, just tell her that so she know where the money at.
Yeah.
But that's how generational. That's another way we start generational wealth is through life insurance. Like, and that's just kind of what it comes down to. It's setting it up so. What we worth, like our net worth, like what we worth as far as our actual money, our actual equity, our houses, this thing, our stocks and stuff. Like when you cash this out and what we worth, like I want my kids to be good.
Right.
Like everybody could buy their own house, even if you don't want to work and be an aspiring fucking artist. You could be an aspiring artist and pay those taxes on a house.
Right. You're okay.
You know what I mean? Like.
You definitely okay. You definitely gonna make it.
And that's how generational wealth. That's how the 1% it ain't about what the money they made. It's about when they die,
Right.
and having those policies, almost like $1 million policies, and once your kids cash those out, and what they decide to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the game is.
Yeah.
That I probably ain't never make it to that, having that in my bank account while I'm living. Because I'll cost more when I'm dead. I'm worth more but when I'm dead. So that's when you like your kids, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Mommy had $1 million policy and daddy had a $500,000 policy. Like, we good.
We good. They left us well off.
Exactly. So, those type of things. I just be like, ugh. You don't want to talk about them, but they, it's important.
It's stuff that we have to address. It's like one of those uncomfortable conversations. And as adults, we got to have uncomfortable conversations. We could have them about anything else. So when it comes to the real shit, the real raw shit, that's just like what we have to do.
Absolutely.
Now on another note, I'm, shout out to the whole Stimmalicious community.
Stimmy.
Shout out to the Stimmalicious community. I said, okay, yeah. Shout out to Moneybag Joe because he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he did his thing. But I'm just like, is that supposed to be stopping the taxes? I put that on Facebook. Like, am I the only one in America that didn't get their taxes back? Like, what's going on?
For real?
Yeah, like, I don't understand.
Well, I'm not sure.
I'm like, I got my an appointment with y'all?
I got my taxes. I mean, like, once you filed them?
Yes. And I was told there's people that filed like in January, they still haven't gotten. There's still like people who haven't gotten them. But I'm like, why not?
Was that bank account the same one from last year?
Yes. Everything's been double checked. I even called to the IRS. It took me 2 days to get through. Really? I even called to them. Yeah, tell me I'm still processing. What you processing? Same thing.
Really?
What is their process? But, with everything going on and them doing the stimmies and, trying to pass this next bill, it's like, I understand. But it's just like, bro, like, saying my bread, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing? Everybody want to talk about that Derek Jacks. What's his name? Jacks. You know the dark skin guy?
Which one?
On Facebook. He always has the answers to like he like is like supposed to be like the relationship expert.
Or the black guy,
the gentleman, that cheated on his wife.
That tell girls that they not a 10. Or
no, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't stand him.
What's his name?
Oh, you know what?
What's his name?
You know what? Because I had his name on my phone because I wanted to find him on Twitter and curse him out.
What?
Because I seen a whole full body picture of him and he just had that pocketbook just wrapped all around his shoulder and stuff. I'm like, you got a lot of nerve. But I don't understand why women even call up to even talk to him.
It's like bittersweet. It's like
this guy.
It's like. Yeah, they like, it's like they want to be abused.
He was like, well, how many kids do you have?
Or told, it's weird.
Yeah.
I get what old boy be saying.
Right.
I understand because that's like, I get what he means in regards to, like, he said some stuff sometime, like, oh, like you're average, and then he was like, oh, well, what's the number you place yourself at, and blah 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 blah, and then he'll say, well, why would a man making $1.3 million a year would be interested in you? And when he says it sounds so harsh. It sounds harsh, but what old boy, like I think the theories and his ideology behind what he's saying, that's like, it's like science. It's like, because my theory is, if you making $50,000 or $60,000, you not, first of all, like, you not running in those places where people are even at that make $2 million a year.
Right.
Like, you're not even like,
you're not even
like,
there.
You might be at Crab Bay. They at the waterfront in North Bergen looking at the Hudson. Like, like, and stuff like that. So I get it. But I feel like the way he says it, he could be a little bit more nurturing, a little bit more, okay, well, not, don't tell me what the problem is. Tell me how I can fix it.
Right.
That's how I think.
And he body shames.
Yeah.
He body shames. He's like, I can't think of his name. I know everybody watches him probably, this little podcast.
But nobody knows his name though.
Yeah, I cannot think of his name. And I know he said he said one day to a young lady, like, must have asked what does she think her average is, and she must have been like, oh, I think I'm like an 8 or a 7. And he was like, well, how many kids do you have? And she was like 2. And he said something like, okay, so you think that you're 7 or 8 and you have 2 children. What do you think, as far as your figure? He could tell that she was like top heavy, but couldn't tell her. He was like, he was like, did you ever think about, maybe weight loss? Because I don't understand why you would, why would a man making 6 figures be so, into a woman that already has 2 children, maybe a little out of shape? What do you have to bring to the table and offer to him? And I'm like, get this fool off the TV, please. Because he sounds ridiculous. But this guy, Derek Jacks, he's the one that like does like the sometimes the Instagram and Facebook videos, and he'll be the one to let you know like motivation. Like he gives so much motivation. Like if you went through a breakup, he'll tell you like, oh, how to get through the breakup. Okay. If you're a single mom, oh, don't worry about it. Stepdaddies are outside. They ready to take care of your kids. Don't stop. But then turn around and now he's like blasted on the internet because you cheat on your wife.
Uh-oh.
And then they're getting on the wife because of the way she presented herself next to him, like, holding hands with him.
They had this whole perfect scenario.
Right, holding him down and saying that, they found God and, she's into God and stuff. And it's just like, the internet is crazy because they ripped them to pieces. They ripped the wife to pieces. And I said, I think that's so wrong because people are transparent with their marriage and they put that out there. Of course, when you put it out there, you have to be willing to accept whatever's going to come in.
Absolutely.
But it's like, damn, y'all whipped them.
They whipped them hard.
It wasn't just no backlash. It was like, whoo, it was brutal.
Dad, he's so crazy.
It was crazy. I'm like, and that just goes to show that, like, no one is perfect. I don't care if
Nobody's
you
perfect.
a pastor, bishop, priest.
No.
I don't care who you are. At the end of the day, you're still human.
Yeah.
No one is perfect.
Absolutely. No, and everybody makes mistakes.
Right.
And
you learn from your mistakes. Now, if you make the mistake again, that's now a decision.
Now, that is a decision. Absolutely. And I say that, just relationships aren't easy, period, on no level at all. Like, so I just say when people are so like really judgmental, and I think that's the part of me that I thank God that part, like, oh, okay, like I don't judge nobody. I try not to, and when I do start judging, like I pull myself up on that shit, like, girl, like stop that shit, like you can't even start that shit, like, so yeah.
And that goes for everyone, because the same thing, I mean, like when you start to feel like you want to start like judging, or you gotta think about like, you know what I'm saying? Let me, I know my shit ain't all the way together, so it's just like whatever. But if someone
because
starts
I think
judging me, I'm gonna rip you.
Right. I think with that couple too, because he presented like he was an expert.
Right.
Like an expert, and it's like so like now you not able to practice what you preach.
Right.
Now it's more or less like you putting this information out there, like these morals and these principles that you can't even live up to. So like you're basura, you're trash. Like
right, and that's why
it's not valid. Like
exactly. That's why everything does not have to go to the internet.
It doesn't.
If you want to be an expert, you want to be motivation, you want to be inspiration, do that in your own circle. Do that in your own, within yourself, or share privacy.
Yes, absolutely.
Nothing is too private nowadays, but hey, it is what it is. What time we at? 7:45.
Yes, ma'am.
Next thing that we had on here, I know I was talking about the music a little bit. And I was talking about the music with my kids because I feel like this music is really influencing these kids as little as 6, like my little daughter. these TikToks, these, it's just, they need to be in school.
Absolutely.
I'm going back to they need to be in school. They need something, because what music is out that kids can listen to in a car with
Not
their parents?
really. And then, and when, not like, girl, I have to put it on. Sirius XM. I have to put it on. Like, it's like the Fly channel, FLY. That's like 90, like 2005 and before. Like, you know, because I say like the stuff that is out today, I can't just even if I like the bop to it, and then I'm hearing the words, and it's just like, dad, I don't even feel good as a mother, as a person.
Yeah,
playing it, and then I know my kids in the back of the car.
It just is like
crazy.
weird. It doesn't make any kind of sense. But you know, I could tell you one thing, Nak. I don't like Cardi, and I always say that. I don't like Cardi, but she looks good. I don't know what she did to her face, but her body looks good. See, I think with celebrities sometimes they go like far. They go like too far with it. Like they start to get some work done, and then next thing you know, they face be twisted and eyes be chinky and nose be crooked. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Because when I seen like one of Cardi's videos, and I was just like, wow, she doesn't even look the same.
Right.
But as long
Even
as
like
she's happy.
K Michelle too. Like that's like a totally different person. That's like a black and Filipino person. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Totally different person.
Right. She definitely.
I think the work is good. It's very subtle. It's subtle though. But it's like you changed, like you swapped your face a little bit. Right. Just the features, her eyes, her nose, her mouth. It's just like different. She changed her face. Right. Like just, I think the angles of her face. Right. So it just looks like a different person. She doesn't even look like K Michelle in the face. I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, she doesn't. And I think she got her butt done again. I think she had it removed.
She had, but because those were butt shots.
Yeah, she had to like get some stuff removed and
the fillers.
And she had hers done years ago, and she's still having problems.
Child.
She was still having problems until she had them removed.
And do you know, like butt fillers, like when they say butt shots, like butt fillers, they're like the actual like liquid that they fill your butt with. It's like, imagine like hundreds of thousands of like little like styrofoam balls, like balls that, you know, that's meant to move. Like that's not gonna all stay in one place, right?
It's meant to move. It's around.
Really, I don't know, but that was like the stuff back in the day, like people's getting butt shots in, you know, apartments and blah blah blah. Like it was the fillers. And she got the fillers taken out, and now it's like her skin is saggy. Now it's like, okay, now you need to get your butt lifted now.
Yeah, now you have to go through another surgery.
Yeah, you need to have the back of your back. It's going to have to be a line. They're going to have to pull her butt up. They got to pull that skin up.
And so they do the back too?
Oh, yeah, child. Shout out to West Palm Beach.
Wow.
my friend I met in DR. Shout out to her, and I'm just saying this because I know she will be comfortable with me saying this. She a boy. She got her own hair salon, her own beauty salon, and her own hair salon and beauty supply store at West Palm Beach, and that's what it is. Like sometimes it's like when people be so big or wherever the fat was, when they take that out, and now it's like your skin saggy, so people get back lifts. Because sometimes it's like regardless how much lipo they do in your back fat, your skin might just be so much skin. They have to cut and they have to lift that, you know. So that's what it looked like. It looked like she need her booty lifted. Just a little bit though. Just a little bit. But like you said, whatever makes you happy, you know. Whatever makes you happy.
Long as, you know, same way everyone takes care of the outside, take care of the inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Health is wealth.
Health is definitely wealth.
And you definitely put me up on a lot of good recipes, and definitely put me up on that ginger. Because, girl, ginger is my friend now.
Absolutely.
I have my ginger, cucumber, pineapple, and water drink, because it's not even a smoothie. Because once you blend it up, it's like really a drink, but it tastes like so good. And it's the ginger in it. And I never like ginger? Other than
Ginger
like when
is
we do the ginger shot.
shit. Even just ginger on sushi, like ginger is just
Yeah.
good. Like if you
Yeah.
have a California roll, if you got the
And that's-
sushi and then you got the spicy stuff, you
Mhm.
got to put the piece of the garlic on the sushi because
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's ginger. Because without the ginger on the sushi, you just don't get the whole experience of that piece of sushi. Like I just love ginger, and it's good for you.
It is good for you. You always said that. My dad always said that.
Yeah,
Ginger is good for you. Now it's like I'm
anti-inflammatory.
really on my little. I'll be over in the little section, little produce section. Oh, let me get my little bag, put my little
absolutely
ginger in. So,
and
I hope everybody listening is, taking care of themselves.
Absolutely, baby.
Same way y'all look good on the outside, we look good on the outside. Let's make sure our insides are good.
Absolutely.
Because although we can't see them, we still have to make sure we stick up, stick with them and stuff. Take care of them. Take care of them teeth. Y'all got them stemmies and stuff. I ain't judging. Make sure I get them teeth right. If you need to.
Dental health, like dental hygiene, is very important.
It is very important.
It's very important. That's the closest infection. That's the closest infection you'll get to your brain is in your mouth. Mm-hmm. You better know that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Damn right about
get
that.
infected and get an abscess that is really close to your brain. So dental hygiene is definitely good. Good. So you crazy. It's the truth though.
It's true. You gotta get that mouth right.
You have
to.
Good
in that mouth.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
So, but could we say thank you for everyone tuning in?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got more. We didn't have none of our little callers today.
No callers today.
But it's all good. We back.
We
Let
are
me
back
like cook crack.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Back like
but anyway.
But stay tuned though. We got a couple of guests lined up. Some good folks are going.
My baby mother is back.
Lined up. Like we're out here. Hey Melisha. That's my friend.
Hey
girl. Melisha Zara. Hey girl. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So yeah, we back. We out here. Take care of yourself. Right. Stay safe. Take your vitamins. Eat well.
Drink your water. Mind your business.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Absolutely. And before we go, shout out to Felice Floyd. That's my girl. She has a photography studio downtown Plainfield. So if anybody looking for birthday shots or like Easter shoots, all that good stuff, my friend is out here. She's at Heart and Soul. Heart and Soul, HRT and Soul, and also at Felice Floyd with the F. FF. So check her out. She's super, super dope. She out here. And that's what I wanted to just touch on you like real quick about Chrissy Pope. She's gonna start doing like kind of like forums for like business entrepreneurs, for like girls, like females. Like she really, really dope. And I met her when I did the head honcho work group or whatever. But since then she's been like my what's the word? Kind of mentor? Yes. Mentor? My business mentor, down to my logos, down to marketing, down to business credit, down to things. You be like, dang, like all of that. Damn, bitch, you smart. Like one of those.
Like what I say to you sometimes.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what?
Like instead of paying people to do photography, she taught herself.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, all of that good stuff. She taught me how to develop my website. My website's still under development right now, but I'm developing a website.
I know that's
and
right.
This is the fact is that somebody sat down with me like, look, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I think the reason we don't go full throttle because we think it's hard, or like how we do this part. Like, don't even matter how you do this part. It's because we gotta just keep networking, and keep sharing ideas and keep building with people, like-minded people. So she gonna start this little forum. Felice, I'm putting it out there for women who are business owners or who are trying to start one, and just have like a monthly kind of get together, powwows, vision board, kind of hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if your goals are the same, if you thinking the same, you trying to get this money, trying to figure out how, because I'm really just trying to figure out the formula where I don't have to get up and do anything.
Right.
I want to get up, make a smoothie, have a yoga session, and like start work at like noon. Like that's what I want to do in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just what I'm trying to find the balance, or just try to find the avenue on how to do it. So she's gonna start it. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll keep you posted as well. Absolutely. These little business powwows, and I think that's what we need, especially girls.
Yeah.
You know,
it's good to have a business mentor because we don't know everything. And being an entrepreneur, for the first time, you don't know anything.
Right.
And there's not too many. Some people may want to share information. Some people don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but it's those good ones. It's those people that got the keys that's willing to share them.
Right.
And she willing to share them, and that's why I F with her so hard, because like you really can't keep your blessings until you give them away.
Right.
You can't keep it. You can't think that you're going to be prosperous if you don't tell the next young girl how to do this, and it might be something so small, like stuff like that. So like I told her, I love you, Felice. I'm shouting you out. Whatever you watch this, I hope you hear me. But she's so sweet. Like she broke down like the algorithms in Google, like when you have like a website and if you have like merchandise that you selling, and based on what you name it and based on the words you use in the description of that t-shirt or of that hat or of that hoodie, girl, like when you Google it and you put certain words in and look up a pink crop top, a pink crop top with neon blue, you put that in a Google search, they gonna throw that to you, because you use those keywords, and it's just like, whoever knew that, unless I had to read and probably
very
found
informative.
that out.
That's why it's so dope to have like informative friends.
So it's gonna be a movement out here in these streets, Felice.
I'm excited for your business.
Yes, she's so sweet.
Shout out to everybody who has been supporting us, tuning in, giving us feedback.
Absolutely.
And you can catch us here each and every Sunday. Mommy's Keeping the Q at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Tune in live. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Mommy's Keeping the Q.
We out here. Stay safe. Stay prayed up. Take your vitamins.
Drink your water. Mind your business.
Drink your water. Mind your business. You're so crazy. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Take care, good people. No.